Hi, my name is Crystal Dennis, and I have a story that I'd love to share with you. My journey starts through my childhood. So I grew up with a mother who didn't really want me, and being told that a father never loved me and never wanted me. So the household, my dynamic was very unloving, and a work-based effort is really what got you recognition in my household. So you can only imagine the dynamic of hearing that you have this father who never wanted you, who doesn't love you, and he's never been in your life, so why would you believe anything other? And then having a mother who also is not a fan of you and really just wants you to prove your worth in order to be recognized in the household. So you can say that there is a little bit of, wow, who am I? Why am I even here as I'm growing up? As many of us grow up thinking these things, why wasn't I good enough? Why aren't I worthy? Why aren't people around me like me? We just have so many thoughts that impact our identity. And then when we venture into life, we begin to look back and see how all of these things come into play. And so my story is about how my father came back into my life through his death. So I'm at work at this point. I am 25, 26, and I get a phone call. And the man on the other end says, "Hi, is this Crystal DeVos? I just need to know if you have family in Dallas, Oregon." And I'm thinking, I've got quite a broken family, so I'm not sure how to answer that question. He said, "Well, let me try again. Do you know Myron Dennis?" Which is the name of my father. And I thought, whoa, I grew up not even being able to say his name, much less ask questions. And now here's somebody on the other end of the line saying, do I know him? And to say that my heart, kind of palpitated a little bit extra in that moment is to say the least. And so I was like, well, yeah, that's my father. I don't really know him, but yeah. And he said, okay, well, I'm sorry to inform you, but he's passed away and you're the next of kin sole survivor. So we had to notify someone. And my world just shifts, and I'm trying to function. I'm trying to gain mobility of speech. I've still got this man on the phone. I'm at work, and I'm thinking, wow, this man had nobody in his life to the point that I had to be notified, someone who he allegedly didn't care about, to be notified that he passed away. And so I thought, man, if he truly had nobody, the least I can do is go and take care of his estate and whatever affairs he had, because I would help a stranger for that. So why wouldn't I do that for this man who was half of my DNA? And so I began to ask questions. Where did he live? Who can I get in contact with? And so he connects me with the property manager. I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma at this point, and I book a ticket to Dallas, Oregon. So on my way, I get a text message from the property manager, which reads, "Hey, I had them remove this from his body before they took him. I thought you would want it." And I'm thinking, what on earth? So I look at the picture, and it's a dog tag. And on the dog tag, it says, "Crystal DeVos, I've always loved and missed you." And talk about your world just crashing down. And I mean, in movies, when they talk about these outer body experiences, I don't know what that's like, but that's the closest I can give you. I just was like, wait, no, I'm coming to just do the good thing and take care of this man's property and, help him, move on and, whatever I can to help in this situation. I'm not coming to find my father. Like, who is this? Why does this dog tag have my name on it? So now a million questions are going through my mind. I land, I get the keys, and I'm going to walk into my father's house. I'm not sure really what to expect, but I'm really trying to stay focused on getting to the facts and getting things done. And now I walk in, and there are baby pictures of me everywhere, all over the walls. And if that wasn't disorienting enough, there are just receipt papers and little crumpled up pieces of papers and just tagged on the walls, on the floor, on the counter, on the table. And all these papers have my name, my date of birth, and my social security number. And so I'm just in a state of awe, like another reality. Like, I don't even know how to process this right now. So I'm walking through the home as best as I can, just trying to take everything in. And I get to his bedroom, and in his closet on the top shelf, as clear as can be, is my name again. Very big letters written on a box. And I took it down, and I honestly, I couldn't even really look into it the first time. So I opened it just enough to see that it was toys, and I just closed it. I just couldn't, that was just too much for me at that point. But what I had discovered was he had this box for me of, throughout all the years, maybe birthdays, maybe Christmases, he had bought me gifts, and he just started putting it into this box. So I'm talking jewelry, little teether toys, little Christmas ornaments, like anything you can think of, a box full of stuff for me with my name on it. He had little poems with my name on it. It was amazing. So trying to compartmentalize, honestly, I just kind of pushed that to the side, and I'm like, well, let me take care of his estate, because that's what I'm here for, and I don't know how to process a lot of what's happening. So I am trying to pay bills, I'm trying to find documents, and it doesn't matter where I look, my name is everywhere. My name is on the deed of the home. His checking account had another checking account attached to it, which was in my name solely. He had been saving money for me for God knows how long. And, you know, I mean, what throws me is it was in my name. Like, it wasn't payable upon death. It was, he made an account in my name. And I just lost it after that. I thought, man, he lived this life so intentional to say, I love you. And so I'm now going through the city, I'm visiting doctors, trying to get medical history and figure out, you know, that part of my DNA. And I'm walking into the doctor's offices, and all I get to say is, hey, my father passed away. They said, Myron's dead? And I thought, what on earth? Like, this man never had me in his life, apart from maybe up to 3 years old. But definitely had no updated pictures of me, had no contact with me, he didn't have my Facebook, he didn't have anything like that. Yet everyone in this town knew exactly who I was the moment I said, my father passed away. Now you can lightly chalk that up and just say, oh, she looks like him, that's why. But the reality is, how did these people know he had a daughter? He had to have been talking with them daily about me. He had to have been sharing dreams and desires and hopes of what I had turned out to be in order to walk in and say, my father passed away, and they knew exactly who I was. I can't tell you what these moments felt like. I can't. It was surreal, you know, and in many points I'm trying to just take care of stuff, but then I'm trying to say, what have I walked into? You know, I remember walking through his home and just kind of pacing his hallways after I had received all this information. And, you know, like I said, it doesn't matter what room I go into, and my face is there, my name is there, my social is there, anything, everything is me. Yet I've never been here, and I didn't know this man at all. And so trying to process to the best of my ability, I just remember thinking, wow, Dad, I love you. And that was such a foreign statement. Never had I ever genuinely loved someone. I thought I was incapable of love. And I definitely never said or associated father, dad, anything with any man in my life of growing up. And so those statements alone just rocked me. And the fact that I said it, you know, to myself. And so I'm just taken aback. And I'm so in love with this man who I didn't even get to meet, you know. And I just think, wow, thank you. You know, for the first time in my life, I was loved, genuinely. And he wasn't even alive to tell me that. I didn't get his warm embrace. I didn't get the story of what happened. But I got such a statement of love that there is absolutely no way in this world that anybody can rob that from me. That was such a genuine act of love that it shattered my heart. And so now this girl who thought, you know, she was incapable of love is just overfilled with love and joy, and just thinking, I'm so glad this man was my father. I don't know why we couldn't know each other. And honestly, I don't even question it. Because of the way that it came together, I just know that he longed for me. I know that he wanted me in his life. and getting to talk to his friends and his neighbors and hearing about his personality. I was just like him. They would say, oh, he was just a cheerful man and always smiling and always helping people. And I was able to connect so many things through childhood. I mean, going through life, I was the oddball, not only racially in my family, but I just was weird. You know, I didn't really fit in. And now hearing the neighbors and hearing the stories of my father, I was like, oh, I was just like him. You know, so now I'm not even the oddball. I'm just like my father. And so I share this with you to tell you, if you're a father, whether your child is in your life or not, don't give up. Whatever it is you can do, even if it seems small and insignificant, write a letter, document a picture, send a video, buy a gift. Even if they're not in your life, you just never know how it's going to end up. You know, whatever it is that's in your heart that you have capacity to do, that's enough. Just keep feeding that. Keep giving your love out of that, because that's a genuine statement. And I just can't believe that it's going to fall void. And if nothing else, you get to love your child that much more, even though whatever the situation they may or may not be in your life, you're still getting to love on your child through those emotions, through those statements. You're so important and valuable to the development of your child. Knowing their identity, knowing they're worthy is a gift that no one else can give but a father. To know that I was enough, I mattered, and he loves me. And how much greater of a statement to then look at my Heavenly Father and say, wow, he loves me. Now I see, I understand.